Good morning, Grandma. My life isn't too bad. I've got hardships, but who doesn't? Sure, I'm in my mid-20s and I'm unemployed with no social life to speak of. But on the bright side, I'm unemployed with no social life to speak of. People are just drama anyway. I'm better off. My grandmother and I were always close, and although she can't converse with me anymore, I'm eternally grateful that I get to have these days with her. Changing her diapers and spoon-feeding her wasn't part of my plans for adulthood initially, but it could be much worse. I can't deny, though, it's sometimes taxing on my mental health. I just need some kind of distraction. Something that I could sink countless hours into and never realize where the time went. Some way to forget that I'm almost 27. There it is. I thought this box was super cool when I was 10. I used to love Pokémon. My little brother and I each had our own handhelds, and we would each have different colored versions of the games. I always picked the fire starter, and he always picked water. We watched the anime on VHS, we had the trading cards, despite never learning the rules. We lived our collective childhoods in the world of Pokémon. I miss that. Luckily, the world of Pokémon still exists in this Game Boy. Kanto is the region that I have the most experience with. Cliché it may be, but more Kanto for me, please. I chose Charmander, keeping true to my youth's bias, and entered avidly once again into the world of Pokémon. I've never completed this game before, nor did I ever complete the remake that was more of my time. I only ever made it as far as Victory Road in both games. Navigating the caves proved to be too much for youngster Marion. This time, I was intent on rectifying that. I forgot how much of a grind this game can be. I know that picking Charmander is basically kneecapping yourself right out of the gate. With the first gym being Rock-type, I can't rely on my starter, and there aren't many effective alternatives that early. But what was I supposed to do? Go with the optimal strategy? That wouldn't be accurately childish of me. Despite the game's lack of detail and polish, it has remarkable charm. Due to the hardware limitations, artists were cornered into being more creative. That's just the nature of limitations, and I think it's beautiful that the game is so small and still manages to feel so massive. I mean, look at this Golbat sprite. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Executor, Blastoise, Seal, Pikachu. I will not stand for the erasure of chubby Pikachu. These sprites just have so much character. I don't say that to disparage the sprite work of the subsequent titles. I just like to make the case that these things we call dated have advantages to them as well. Your imagination fills in the blanks that the sprites make suggestions towards. It's cool. Court adjourned. It's been smooth sailing so far, but I think I could use a water Pokemon. Like most kids, I was always a fan of Gyarados. How could you not be? Look at him. It can't be that hard to raise a Magikarp up to level 20. Although, not having any damaging moves is an issue. I'm sure it'll be fine. So I ended up putting Magikarp in the daycare, and I'm continuing the game without a water type for now. In all honesty, the grinding is taking a toll. That's why I started watching the Pokémon anime. I couldn't drown out the horrors of reality with a Game Boy alone. When I was small, the Pokémon anime was at least as prevalent in my life as the games were. Ash is an important part of Pokémon, and I wouldn't be truly immersed in the fantasy if I ignored that. Even if the show is occasionally exhausting. Speaking of exhausting, the lack of a backlit display on my Game Boy got old quicker than I was expecting. So I started to supplement my time on handheld with some longer sessions on my GameCube's Game Boy Player add-on. Much easier on my aging eyes. I finally arrived at Victory Road. After all 8 gym badges and a lifetime of putting it off, I'm ready to take on these Ks. That's it? Why couldn't I have done this when I was younger? That's embarrassing. As it turns out, this game isn't difficult. I wonder if it has to do with the fact that this game is for kids. That can't be it. At least I can take on the Elite Four now. And what are the odds? Ash made it to the Pokemon League around the same time. Ash may have gotten his ass kicked in the end, but I finally got to end some 2 decades long unfinished business and had a great time doing it. Now I feel empty again. I'm starting another one. Confession time. I've never played Gold, Silver, or Crystal. I've not even played the DS remakes. I fell off after Pokémon Platinum, sort of marking the end of my childhood in a sense. Years later, I tried Y on the 3DS and decided pretty early on that I couldn't handle that much disappointment in my life. I never made it to the second gym. However, at some point in the 3DS lifespan, Nintendo gave away a free Virtual Console port of Pokémon Crystal, which is how I'll be experiencing the Johto region. I would have loved to have an actual cartridge for this, but I'm not paying what people are asking for it. This is already ready to go, and I'm eager to introduce myself to Gen 2. I've heard many great things over the years. And of course, I'm picking Cyndaquil, because that's what little me would have done. My first impressions of this game are like a shot of pure joy. The color just breathes so much life into the world that wasn't present in Red. It's also noticeably less grindy so far. A large part of that is probably that my starter isn't totally ineffective in the early game. The first 2 gyms were Flying and Bug, so fire types have it easy. I'm also going to commit to not reusing Pokemon that I ran in Red, which isn't a problem for me at all since I just caught this Poliwag. Poliwag is possibly my all-time favorite Pokemon, maybe a close second to Charmander. When I was growing up, some older kid in my life, whose name I can no longer remember and whose impact on me didn't honestly extend far at all, gave me a Poliwag trading card. This Poliwag trading card. It was my first introduction to Pokemon, and for some irrational reason, it means the world to me. The only reason I didn't train a Poliwag in Red was because I was already rocking a Gyarados by the time I caught one. This time, I won't make that mistake. I made it to the Orange Islands arc of the anime. I don't like it. Right out of the gate, Ash leaves behind his beloved Pidgeot for some dumbass reason that doesn't even make any sense. Then Brock also gets left behind, and that hurt. Then you have Tracy, and I just don't like Tracy. I kept trying to be open-minded, but there's just simply nothing going on behind his eyes. So far, I liked the episode where Charizard finally gets over his rebellious phase, and the movie with Lugia and the birds was dope. I just keep waiting for Ash to get back to his Pidgeot. Whoa, I just got a free level 20 Eevee. I could use a counter for water Pokemon. I think I'll make it a Jolteon. Okay, so the way you acquire a Thunderstone is through the game's new phone system. Some characters you meet will give you their number and then randomly call you to tell you something useless, or ask for a rematch, or sometimes, if you're lucky, offer you a free item. That's the one I need. I've been withering away waiting for a call from Last Dana to give me a Thunderstone. Riveting. So I finally got the Thunderstone and made my Eevee into a Jolteon, but I'm realizing now that Jolteon was supposed to learn Thundershock at level 16. Because I got Eevee at level 20, my new electric type is stuck with no electric type moves. According to the internet, the next electric move it can learn is Thunder Wave at level 42, which deals no damage. After that, Jolteon eventually learns Thunder at level 52. Obviously, going an additional 30 levels without any effective electric attacks isn't going to work. I'm probably going to need to find a TM somewhere. I remember seeing TMs available for purchase in Goldenrod City, so I'm checking there first. Would you look at that? Thunder Punch! Oh, I can finally move on ahead. Jolteon can't throw hands, for he has no hands to throw. Only paws. Back to square one. Found out my only real option here is to win enough tokens from the casino to pick Thunder as a prize. I'm sure that playing Pokemon slots will be the best use of my time right now. The craziest part of all of this is that you can actually time the slots to line them up if you have good eyes and decent reaction time. The first two slots are straightforward, but the third slot often rolls a few more times after you stop it. I'm just stopping a little earlier than it feels like I need to. An incredibly slow and painful process, but consistent enough to get there eventually. Oh, what a beautiful moment. After days of tedium, I can finally teach Jolteon Thunder. Oh, and I'm now learning that the move only has 70% accuracy. I think it's time Jolteon got a new name. The anime has become mostly background noise for me by this point. Ash is about to compete in his final battle of the Orange League, and I've got one gym left before I face the Elite Four. Since getting Jolteon ready, the game has been truthfully a ton of fun. I'd say that it's far exceeded my experience with Red by this point. Now, Red was a wonderful game, and I'm glad I played it, but Crystal is just more. More vibrance, more features, more Pokemon. Beyond nostalgia, I can sincerely recommend this game to anyone. And now, it's time again to take on the Elite Four. Wow, what an incredible game. I probably made it more difficult than it had to be at times, but that's what's so wonderful about these games. You make the experience your own. You develop relationships with your Pokemon, and you're proud because you train them yourself, in your own way. Looking at your team, when it's all said and done, is like looking at a family portrait, reminiscing on all you've been through together. However complete as this ending feels, there's still more game left to be played. I've always known that you get to revisit Kanto at the end of the Gen 2 games. I also know that Kanto is a bit of a dead horse by this point. But it's my dead horse, and when this game first came out, the horse's corpse still had some life left in it. I can't say the same of the anime. Brock is back, thankfully, but something else is off. They're all in Pallet Town, getting ready to head out on another journey. Then they start making their way through the Johto region, and I realize they forgot Pidgeot. Ash doesn't go back for his Pidgeot. I'm not sure why I care, but it makes me feel sad. Any excitement that I had to revisit Kanto was quickly replaced with the reality of the region. The state of things here is depressing. In the few years that have passed since the end of Pokémon Red, Cinnabar Island was destroyed by a volcano. The Safari Zone warden closed the doors and went traveling. The Pewter Museum was shut down for renovations, and worst of all, Pokémon Tower, famous for being a graveyard meant to honor fallen Pokémon, has been unceremoniously replaced with a goddamn radio tower. Many characters are missing or otherwise lost. Blue is bitter and obviously dissatisfied with his life. Professor Oak abandoned his role to primarily host a radio show that doesn't even air in the Kanto region. There's just this overwhelming sense that somehow, as the world kept moving, it robbed everyone of spirit and motivation. The heart of Kanto is gone. In its place is a community that's slowly giving up on it. There's something too real about this fantasy. I just finished completing all of the Kanto gems and gained access to a new area to battle one more challenger, Red, the player character from the first game. He's out here somewhere, hiding from the world. No friends, no family, and I'm going to find him. I just need to make it through this cave. I'm not strong enough. Despite the quiet sadness in seeing what has become of him, I'm simply not ready to take him on yet. I have to leave him here to suffer alone while I train. I still can't do it. And the grind is proving to be far too much for me. It's painfully slow just to get one more level out of my Pokemon at this stage. I don't think I have it in me. Time has passed, and now I realize so too has my mid-20s. So much valuable time has slipped through my fingers. Although, life is easier now. My family helps with my grandmother more often, so I have ample time to spend worrying that the world has left me behind. I judged Red for isolating himself. But what am I doing? At least Red accomplished his dream before giving up on the world. I never accomplished anything and ended up in the same place, on top of the same mountain. What if it's too late for me?
Like you, as far as people go, we see the same moon, share sky with the sun. You have to squint your eyes to see past everyone. And I'm writing just to spell your name. And I'm holding on to anything to try to break my fall. We stop short of feeling anything to try to break our fall. But your eyes are shit at hiding you when you can't speak at all. I dreamt of a spaceship, and we were holding hands on the way to the star base to meet with all our friends. But you opened the window and threw out all the fuel. Then we died in the vacuum, and I still couldn't blame you. Now I'm screaming at the ceiling fan, and I can't recall how to spell your name. I'm leaking out my brain. The TV tried to sell me silverware so I couldn't hear the rain. The TV tries to ruin everything, but I'm the one to blame.